Well, today marks 1 year since the first COVID-19 case was announced in Tennessee. That case was reported in Williamson County. In just 1 year, as of this morning, the state of Tennessee has reported more than 653,000 confirmed cases, close to 9,300 confirmed deaths. Kelly Grossfield breaks that down even further and has a look at the impact of the coronavirus here in Northeast Tennessee.
It's been a tough year for healthcare workers battling the virus on the front lines. And as we approach that 1 year milestone here locally in the region since the first COVID-19 case was confirmed, we're really reminded of just how grim that milestone is.
It's been initially a shock and then a lot of anxiety for all of us because, we don't know who's going to get it, who's not going to get it, what's going to happen.
March marked the start of it all, with new cases and deaths reported gradually as time went on. But just how many cases have we seen since this all started? According to data collected from the state, our region is nearing yet another milestone, almost 50,000 cases since the start of the pandemic.
In the fall, October, November, the numbers started to really go up. And so we saw increase in cases, increase in hospitalizations, and increases in deaths.
While Sullivan County has reported the most cases and deaths locally, the impact is really shown by looking at cases and deaths based on population. And that's where the difference between state and the region reveal themselves. Across the state, 11.4% of people have contracted COVID, but regionally, that figure is only 9.9%.
And if you don't look at it that way, the only places to get attention are the most populated areas. So, your big cities are always going to have more deaths in total number than a smaller city or a rural area. But what you really want to know is, okay, for every 100,000 people, how many are dying?
Statewide, just under 1.5% of people who've contracted COVID have died. But in the region, that figure is just under 2%. That's a mortality rate that is a third higher here than in the state. Locally, we're nearing the 1,000 mark for total deaths in Northeast Tennessee. A higher percentage of people statewide have gotten the virus than in our region, but a higher percentage here locally has died from the virus. In Johnson City, Kelly Grossfield, News Channel 11.
There is hope on the horizon here. Vaccination efforts are underway every day, with most Tennessee counties set to move into Phase 1C next week. According to the Tennessee Department of Health Vaccine Dashboard Board, so far just over 13% of Tennesseans have received at least the first dose.